communication, expertise in public relations, networking, and negotiation as well. We welcome you, sir. So, could you please carry on?
Yeah. Good evening, friends across the globe. I'm really happy to be speaking to you at this moment. When Rhythm asked me to speak, I was really filled with a lot of lot of happiness to speak to you on this topic. See, friends, I was reading a book recently, an interesting book named 21st Century Plague, the Story of SARS. So, from that book, what I gathered is no one expected a pandemic like this, whether it's COVID 19 or SARS at that time. And the non preparedness of such a disease, because people are unaware, and it all started from a cab driver at that time, and it spreaded and spreaded. So, friends, that disaster is huge. And I was listening to the previous speaker where he said that, if I were to summarize, said that there are certain things which we do not have control over. Last month, I was listening to an HBR video where the team was interviewing Niren Chowdhury of Panera Bread. And I really liked what he said. We are not supposed to worry about things that we do not have control over. Yes, these are things like that. The lockdown experiences and all the experiences that are taking us to a different realm. Friends, how Pfizer brought out the vaccine in a record time. I would say it is the pandemic which actually gives rise to many faster innovations of this kind. So, of course, we have anxiety, we have our own issues on one side, but how to prepare for future, keep earning, and surviving the livelihood crisis. This is what we are going to see in the coming 14 to 15 minutes time. So, friends, I wanted to actually give you this piece from that book. SARS offered us valuable lessons on how to fight new global disease. Governments have to recognize that a disease in any one part of the world is a threat to every other part of the world and work together to fight common threats. This is what I like, friends. Whether it is in China, whether it is in Latin America, whether it is in Papua New Guinea, any part of the world, we have to fight together because that global we have become today, isn't it? So, can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah. So, pandemic clearly teaches us how to be adaptive and resilient. I think this is from where we move to the next level. Work from home, hybrid, these have become the new normal and has been slowly implemented effectively. See, friends, again, I was reading an article in the HBR of the May-June 2021 and how to do hybrid right. They were mentioning about Fujitsu, a company which has 8,000 employees, how they are doing hybrid in the right way. See, friends, the article went on stressing it from the perspective of the employees all the time, not the employers. So, friends, we are all really important. You are all students and people working in different places. So, we need to actually think what we can do at this time. And after all, we are going to live 70, 80 years. And supposing the world were to end tomorrow, even now, we need to be working. And that is the spirit. And from there, many things will emerge. So, first thing itself is to get rid of the inertia to upgrade your skill. And once you really embark onto it, it's like learning to drive. It will keep moving and you will learn different things, isn't it? See, friends, now I was again listening to the strategy guru Michael Porter the other day. He was telling in 2008 or 7 when we had this, what do you call, the Google map, which came 2018, and you have to look onto the dashboard and to the road to really to know that digital on one side and reality. See, friends, we are in such a world now. We have to live at the same time. We have to live with this pandemic. And there, the pre COVID is different and post COVID is different. See, friends, as a Chinese says, I was again going through another article and again a book, Young China, written very interestingly by Zach Ditchwald. And he also speaks that every crisis has threats and opportunities. Friends, these threats are not posed by you and me. It is already there, like the death. Death is there, and we have accepted it. So, till this pandemic is really conquered, you and I need to live with that. So we need to keenly observe and innovate. See, friends, what I have found is, see, if you were to stay in your own cocoon and say that, hey, this pandemic is going to kill me, and let's all be very dormant and very passive. No, we are called not to do that, friends. We are called to be active at this time and fight it from all corners. So start doing it in our own ways. Friends, COVID has revolutionized the digital technology. Even now in the primary classes, we never imagined that students would learn because they are all, immigrants in technology. They can easily do it. But even the old people in banks, in many construction sites, people started using the technology and started working because when you're forced to do that, there is no other way you will do that. And again, another article which I was going through talks about how China is adaptive and resilient, how they embrace the digital technology. See, friends, some years ago in India too, the QR code, the Google Pay, the fintech, how adaptive we were to that, but we all became adaptive to that. See, friends, 2, 3 years ago when I visited, I think in 2018 October when I visited Australia, not much of fintech there, but in India, of course, demonetization and things like that forced us to move to this, and we are quite adaptive. So we need to actually, from Bitcoin or non-fungible, assets and things like that, from where we have to actually move on and really make use of all the technological advancements and be innovative. See, friends, opportunities are there, plenty in all areas. Now, what we need to do is many avenues which are unexplored hitherto needs to be explored. I saw such a surge, move, giant leap in farming and agriculture. Of course, there was a farmers movement the other day. Whatever it is, I have always seen that this country, our country, needs to invest more time and money in that sector. We need to motivate people to do that. Especially, sorry, just previous slide, please. Um, Bringing in farmer to consumer initiatives. See, friends, it was this particular moment last, maybe September to January or February, myself and a friend of mine, another international figure, we walked together and we always wanted to do this. So we brainstormed, and we have brought out now Sprout. Sprout is a farmer to consumer initiative where we actually bring in a direct contact between the farmer and the end consumer. See, normally what happens in India, the farmers are people who are really abandoned. When there is price, there is no produce. When there is produce, there is no produce. Produce. So this paradox always exists. So from there, we found that there has to be some kind of alignment and taking the urban dwellers to the farm, and they also get to know the real life experiences, and also ensuring that the farmers get fair price for their produce. So this is something which is born out of sheer need in this, and now online sales has started and it's going on quite well. So, friends, what I'm trying to tell you is that we need to grab opportunities, and then in every field we need to. So, the first step is to come out of our own cocoon and start doing something, isn't it? Unless somebody started Apple or the Elon Musk company, Tesla, whatever it is, somebody had to start, and that's what each one of us is called to do. See, friends, the COVID 19 epidemic could well prove to be a pivotal point in the gigification of knowledge work. And many firms will be attracted by the prospects of the direct and indirect cost saving that gig economy model seems to offer. These are all emerging. In other article that I read, there will be 24 new jobs which are coming as a result of this work from home. You need to have a work from home a manager who monitors all that. So things of that kind, and we need to immediately adapt and move to that kind. I was telling in 2014 when this Google Pay um, started in China, and people started moving to such kind of means. There was a beggar who was standing in front of a big hotel, and he found his income came down. And you know what he did? After some time, he also got a QR code done, and he pushed on a pole and stood, and his income increased 300 times. See, friends, we need to adapt, and we need to adopt, isn't it? People may call you copycat, but you know that's the way you actually move on. Of course, you need to be different. That's where you bring in innovation. The simple task based categorization will help managers make smarter choices about how just what tasks should be contracted to gig workers. So, managers take that call in this time. So, friends, we need to look through and find out what we can do, isn't it? Right. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah. Now, another question is, are there any internships or placements available in 2021? What if COVID 19 means I won't be able to get any work experience? No, friends. I teach in Christ University, and we have now students going all over and doing that internship. So, here we need to um, look at this model that Intel replaced its traditional internship program with a virtual one for 5,700 participants in 32 countries. Look at that, friends. It was highly successful. The steps that Intel took, what other companies also can implement. And they include listening intently to the participants in designing the program and continuously improving it along the ways. Create virtual substitutes for formal physical interactions and exploit the natural advantages of virtual program. See, friends, there are certain natural advantages of virtual program, and there is a need for companies also to pivot. I was talking to some of the star hotels in Bangalore and how they have pivoted. Apart from making it COVID center, some of them actually have pivoted into online cooking classes and also inviting some special guests to the hotel and converting the rooms as special places and things like that. So, friends, pivoting also becomes the order of the day. So um, this is what I wanted to stress upon, that you need to really find out opportunities emerging from this pandemic. Move on, please. Yeah, friends. Now, how do you actually cope and being resilient? Learning to cope with stress healthily will make us, the people you care about, and those around you become more resilient. See, friends, one thing that we need to do is to that don't pay too much of attention to the negative. Yeah, those are there, but you and I, as I told you, Pfizer, the example, how they brought out the vaccine in a record time. People working in teams had all kinds of issues, but the CEO, I don't remember his name, the article I was reading again in the May 2021 issue, clearly speaks the tasks were given, and the company did not really care about the expenses. They only wanted results. So, friends, when we do work like that, forgetting about everything, because this is the order of the day. So during the pandemic, it's critical that you recognize what stress looks like. Take steps to build your resilience. And this is for everybody knows, get enough sleep. And again, to get enough sleep, you need to see if you're sleeping during the day, again, night sleep may be disturbed. So according to your biological clock, one has to actually arrange that. Maintain a sense of hope and positive thinking. Yeah, this is what I said, positive thinking. What I can do for the world, not what the world can do at this moment. We need to. Each one of us needs to be responsible and do morning, maybe doing a little bit of exercise and things like that, and then your other diet and things like that. Write down the things you're grateful for and that you're going that that are going well with you. Yeah, there are certain in the past life what you have done, spiritual practices. Spirituality does not have to do with a religion per se. I was reading another book written by Vinesh Sugumaran where he says spirituality is getting into your own space where you are with the ultimate reality. And he also gives a beautiful story there where one Zen guru was in his own in a place when a tremor happened. So when all others ran around, he did not move from the place. So that's what. See, now the whole world may be having these issues. The people surround you, but then you maintain the calm, and you can also pass such positive energy to people. Again, this was from the last year's one HBR article, friends, how Apple is organized for innovation. And there are three things they talk about: deep expertise, attention to detail, and collaboratively debate. How we all need to have that deep expertise in our own world. Apple, a company, is governed by experts leading the experts. Even the camera, even the shape, the curvature, very well planned. So there is a deep expertise. Friends, all of us have to have that deep expertise of the domain that we handle. Attention to detail. Sometimes we may not have. Now, the pandemic, the coronavirus, get maximum details that are possible and act accordingly. Not to believe the hearsays and rumors. And you need to collaboratively debate with your people, not just attacking the idea, but collaboratively debate. And when you go through this process, friends, and also writing down what you are really passionate about in life, then that will really, really, really